Coming up on Talk is Cheap, the WOW signal. We're gonna take a closer look at this. It was a signal that they picked up on, and there's more to it. It may be from an alien civilization, who knows? And a mysterious object filmed from a cell phone. What the hell is this thing? It sits there, it goes slow. You're gonna wanna take a look at this. And last but not least, 10 reasons the moon landing was fake. All that and more up next. Talk is Cheap. Talk is cheap, where cheap is talk, and talk is fucking cheap. I am Dan Hohlfeld.
I'm Dusty Long.
Jena De Witt.
Thank you for joining us, folks. Last week was the Halloween episode. I was choking on some candy. We read some corny jokes.
Yeah, we did. It was bad. What did the trick-or-treat bucket say to the candy? Hello, sweet thing.
Oh. But we're back here again, ready to rock. And that's what we like to do. We like to rock.
And we like to roll.
Rock and roll.
Why not? Why only do halfway? Let's go all the way.
All right, this article, it's not even an article, it's a fucking video. What am I talking about?
Is this on your Facebook?
I think Chad sent this to both of us.
Oh,
Chad
did he?
Loper, he was on the show probably a month or two ago. This is, they saw this object in the sky, and it kind of just like...
That's fucking sick.
What is it?
I'll turn the volume down here so we can comment on it. But
Whoa.
I think I've seen that.
at first, I thought it was
Bro,
fake.
I don't know what
Yeah.
that is.
And then when it got towards the end,
It's probably a spaceship,
I think
man.
it's real.
Yeah, I've seen this.
What the hell is
And
it?
I gotta say, this is compelling. This is really compelling. I wanted to say it was a rocket of some sort.
Right.
Because you had that plume afterwards.
What the
But then,
hell?
like, there it disfigures.
And then it just starts getting bigger.
It is the biggest sperm ever. It's space whale sperm.
And you almost kind of think it's
Oh,
like,
God.
you know, a
That's
UFO with
vehicle.
whatever.
Oh, the breaking the sun or the wind and whatnot. Yeah.
What is it, condensation or whatever?
What the hell?
Yeah,
up
when
in the-
they break the sound barrier shit, they had that condensation pool or the. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
But
about.
even that, I've never
I have
seen
no idea,
anything
bro.
like this before.
No, and it disfigures the way it does. It's just so. Yeah.
And then it just sits there, and then it finally kind of just
and you would
slowly disappears.
now if you ever that point in the front that's really bright, I would
What
say
the
that that's where your
fuck?
rocket's
For real,
from,
bro.
or it's where you have a comet, and you have that cone, the conventional shape of a comet and whatnot.
See,
So
that's
I
what I
would
was
even
thinking
yeah,
it
or
was.
a meteorite, but it stops. I mean, it doesn't really go anywhere and then dissipates there.
Bro, look at that.
Yeah, and it's not.
What the fuck?
It's like, what the fuck?
That bright light right there, I don't even know.
It's on that little lake. The fuck?
That's as far as I can go in.
It kind of reminds me of this thing that was in a movie.
Flying over there, bro.
They had to like I guess they had to clone
What did
the
they clone?
people.
Clone people?
Yeah, because they couldn't have kids anymore. Everyone was like stale.
So how does that
So-
remind you of that?
It reminds me of it because it's the
Yeah, the
thing
white
that
dot's
has all
gone
the
now.
DNA in it
Yeah,
is shaped just like that, and it's just
like a sperm
yeah.
that has all their DNA in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you watching porn?
No.
I just want to make sure. Yeah, that's compelling as hell. I really honestly don't know.
But this brings up another. Remember that spiral in Norway?
Yep.
I mean, what was that? Did we ever figure out what the hell that was?
Again, they thought it was a rocket.
That's a hell of a magic trick rocket.
I
Yeah.
don't know. They're really hard to either convince me either or. I'll be honest. I can kind of go both ways with it. Because, yeah, it could be a rocket or it could be a meteor, but they make such spectacular plumes of smoke or condensation, whatever it happens to be, that's really hard to do.
It almost looked, wasn't it just kind of sitting there and it was like a,
It looked like a spiral. There's like, some people are saying
vortex
so,
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I read was that it could have been a wormhole or anything else, and I don't know. I love Facebook for this reason. These 2-minute fucking videos. You're like, what? Still think it looks like sperm. What? Just saying. Interesting. I love yours. But I wanted to go over because Dano and I talked about how we've been doing this for researching and liking this stuff for a long while, and we understood that maybe some people don't. We say something and maybe they're like, "What the hell are you talking about?" I want to talk about the WOW signal. If you don't know what the WOW signal is, it's SETI, the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, is a very large radio telescope array. What they do is they search the heavens for radio waves. Now to search for, the radio waves are everywhere in space, but we have to look for a certain, hertz range, frequency. And this frequency is what we figure everyone would talk in, or radio waves and whatnot. So here's what a WOW signal is. They're actually pointing towards the Sagittarius belt, which is interesting because if I'm right, and I think I am, if you look at Sagittarius's belt, that's the 3 stars that the pyramids are mimicked after. And you hear Sagittarius and the belt of Sagittarius, or not Sagittarius, the arrow guy in the fucking sky. Is that Sagittarius, or are they saying that just because I am a Sagittarius? The 3 stars that are mimicked on the Great Pyramids, and it's also found on other monolithic structures. So they're shooting at it, and all of a sudden, 1977, they get the so-called WOW signal. It was called the WOW signal because when the readout was printing out and he heard it, he circled it and wrote WOW next to it. And I wonder if this is the same article. It actually has... Right there, see? Boom. This doesn't mean anything to us, really. It just means that this signal that lasted for 47 seconds, something else.
So this ain't like a frequency or audio recording at all?
There is an audio recording.
Do they have it?
Oh my God, it's not on this one. This guy was sitting in his kitchen. We spotted a pattern of a couple of physicists that theorized 8 years earlier, alien recording. 10 things that don't make sense is the author, and he wants to go back. There it is, 72-second burst of sound registering at a frequency of 1420 megahertz. And the significance is E.T. may have phoned home long before Spielberg set otherworldly hearts aglow with his 1982 film. Well, anyway, about that. This guy wants to shoot a signal back. This is something we haven't done. We got their signal, and then of course it's tried to be debunked 100 times.
They've done that.
We haven't sent one back.
Yeah, we have.
Not to this one.
Oh, to that particular star
system. To this particular star system. So, which is interesting because we get the signal and we're all like, wow, this could be extraterrestrial life. Well, we kept on monitoring it and never came back, but we never actually sent something back that way. So now they're talking about actually sending a signal back to the same area and see what happens. So,
and maybe your great grandchildren can get the response to that.
Yes, it's going to take a long time. This is the longest pen pal in the world or in the universe. But it's interesting because we never did that I know of, and it just dawned on me while reading this. Like, why didn't we? If the phone rings, you normally pick it up and you
maybe
answer.
Maybe we didn't want to talk to him. Maybe you just hit go to straight message or whatever.
He was like, ring, 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 ring. Hello, it's Earth. Ha, gotcha. Leave a message at the beep. So,
maybe he was in shell shock.
Well, that'd be the nation of shell shock because nobody thought of this. Why didn't we respond somehow? So they are talking about actually talking back or sending a signal back and seeing if in 100 years we get something in response. Now this is interesting because we're doing this, and last week on the episode we talked about the megastructures that are orbiting the sun, if that's real or not. I mean, here we are taking these steps forward to say maybe we're not alone. Maybe instead of just searching, because we've been looking and listening, but we really haven't been putting anything out there. I mean, our first radio broadcast, I think, is just now leaving the Oort cloud, which is what surrounds our solar system, where we think the planet X is at and everything else, past Pluto and Neptune. And
yeah, I was going to say, isn't everything going out anyway? All the radio signals?
All the radio signals, all the TV shows. I mean, they're all traveling out there right now, but we haven't actually made dark space, I don't think, or we're really close. Voyager, which is a nuclear-powered satellite that we send out there to look for extraterrestrial life, is now only reaching past the Oort cloud. It's now actually entering what I think they call dark space, which is, the sun is just a star now. It's a pinprick, and now it's actually out there, broadcasting everything else.
Could they encode like signal in a light beam or something?
Oh, they do use now. That's interesting. You brought that up because I was going to do some research on that, and I've only done just a little bit. But we have used lasers to send information. So they've shot a laser and received it from space, I think, and you can do that.
It'd be a little bit faster.
It would, yeah. Speed of light versus hey, we're gonna send this envelope and then it gets returned from postage and whatnot. But no, very interesting stuff. I think that this is going the right way. So that was mine. I was really happy that we're doing these things.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Going forward with our thinking instead of sitting back.
No.
All right, what do you have for us, Jenna?
I have the moon landing being a hoax.
10 good reasons.
Well, it's because of the fact that it's the 40th anniversary for this, so might as well. So start off, top 10.
Also, that's top 10 signs.
Yep.
Awesome.
So
I'm eager to see this because I didn't really look into it.
No.
But I think the first few were, but I'll let you present and then we'll discuss.
Alright. Well, 10th one so far would be the waving flag. So I've read a couple of articles on this, and it pretty much says in one article that NASA was saying how, the flag's waving because Armstrong was trying to put this thing in there and he just started wiggling and it just continuously flowed. So, and then others are like, well, there's no wind. So there's really nothing to start it unless you actually move it.
But it would be just floating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. The moon only has a very limited amount of gravity.
Yeah.
Right.
So what they're saying is it wiggled because of its own inertia. So when he wiggled it in and let it go, since there's no wind resistance or anything, it would just keep on doing that because it has the inertia. Yeah. Because of the low amount of gravity and probably the friction from it being, it'll slowly stop. But then on the hoax thing is, it was shot here on Earth in a void. It would still, it was
had
waving
wind.
because it was wind. So.
And then the 9th would be lack of impact. So when the crater was or lack of impact on the crater, it doesn't have an impact. There's no dent, there's no nothing. It's basically just placed there. So when it landed, there should have been at least some indent on the moon. Because of the fact that there's so much pressure going into it, it should have had at least a crater. Yeah.
Just from the bottom of the...
Yeah, just from it landing.
Because it landed on...
Because they're not talking about the legs, right? From the impact of the
They're
legs.
talking about
the whole ship in general.
Yeah.
The ship didn't land though. It was the 4 legs.
Or the lunar or whatever.
Yeah. So it would have had the
But they're not
impact.
talking about the legs part. They're talking about the whole. If an object came down, that it would still have that under, like right here.
It would still have the under impact. It would still have a crater underneath it.
Okay, yeah.
Because of the amount of energy and force it would have going into landing on the moon.
Okay.
Then the 8th one, multiple light sources. So the moon only has one light source. It's the sun. However, if we go back up to 10, notice how the flag has a different angle.
Oh, the shadow is going
The
to the
shadow
left.
is going in the wrong direction.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, because the
So-
rock and him
False.
and the rover are all to the right, and then the...
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So it had multiple light sources because it wouldn't have had all the shadows would have been running parallel to each other instead of going in opposite directions like that.
It wouldn't have been lights from the
The rover?
Yeah, the rover.
Or not the rover, but
Orbiter,
the
or module, whatever the hell.
I don't think so.
I don't know. That's a good one.
Doesn't really have any lights on it though.
Maybe they shut them off. Wait, what the hell is this?
That's
Yeah.
the moon and the Earth.
Oh, I thought the studio light.
No, wait, that's the Earth. The what the hell's the second one? We're on the moon.
Yeah.
Venus? No.
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 It's too big to be anything. It has to be the moon and...
Earth.
No, we're on the moon. It has to be Earth and a UFO.
Did you ever see that episode of Mythbusters where they looked into this?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they debunked that shadow thing.
What
Oh,
did
did
they say?
They said that they did one light source and they got 2 shadows from it.
What?
Just by the way it was placed or something. It was freaking goofy. It's been a long time since I've seen that episode.
Well, it's something to look into, though.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good though.
Huh.
Well, what's the 2 damn things? There's not 2 Earths.
That's
Now I'm
true.
kind of
I
pissed.
don't know. I can't see the screen.
Oh, yeah, you can't see the screen. All right, anyway, so let's
When
go
we
to
get the new
7.
studio.
Yeah, and you'll be like, what the I agree. Or you're dumb.
Yeah. Well, 7, the Van Allen radiation belt. So, this belt pretty much goes from Earth out to space.
Okay.
They have to ride that belt in order to get out of the Earth's atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
However, if they did that, the astronauts would have basically been fried.
Really?
What did they
Because-
say? There's something in the ship that protects them from that.
Well, it's
Aluminum.
Is it aluminum?
Yeah.
Aluminium?
Aluminium. What?
But it doesn't matter how many layers they had on it, it still would have. It would have
For that
long a
time, yeah.
Yeah, it still would have burnt up. 6,
That should be good.
the unexplainable object. So, you can see in the astronaut's little helmet thing that there's an object. It's right there. Right there.
That's that garbage can thing.
Yeah.
What?
See, that could be a UFO. Because I know that they're following them around up there too.
Well, yeah, I've heard that.
But there's been,
I've never heard of this one.
well, do you remember there are some that say that they saw pyramids
Mm-hmm.
and behind the photos?
Yep.
So they're thinking that it's,
Yeah, they're not saying it's a studio light, or what are they saying it's...
That looks like a studio light is what they're trying to say. That
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're saying that pyramid picture apparently is like the studio in the background?
yeah.
No shit.
Oh, we got a pyramid in our background, so that's not too far up.
Live from Egypt with our studio background. Okay.
Okay, so the slow motion walking and hitting cables for 5. So in order for them to get the whole slow motion walking, if you speed up the film by 2.5, they're walking at normal speed for Earth's gravity pull.
Really?
Yeah. And then apparently you can see hidden wires and cables holding them up to get them the extra little height that they need.
So that's how fucking Hollywood figured it out.
Here in this Apollo 14 footage, you can see a ping, a momentary glint. And again, run slowly.
How a hidden crouching tiger dragon thing?
That's bullshit.
They did that on The Matrix with Keanu Reeves too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, NASA, you beat Hollywood.
Then 4, lack of stars.
Yeah.
That's a good
There
point
is
on that,
no
yeah.
stars whatsoever in any of the photos. And because of the fact that we would be on the moon, the stars would have been 10 times brighter. So where are they?
How are they saying they put the planet in there, and then they just kind of... I guess it could be a fucking banner or something too.
Yeah.
I don't understand the lack of stars.
And then NASA's argument would be they would have to find out, like, it's impossible to map out all the stars.
Oh, from the moon.
Yeah,
So it's too hard to put it in the background.
pretty much.
So they said, fuck it, black.
Yeah.
Black's classic.
And then 3, the Sea Rock.
I didn't know anything about those either.
It's one of the most famous photos from the moon landing.
This is the most famous photo. It's the first time I ever saw it.
Yeah.
I'm awesome.
Well, they think that it is a prop.
Oh.
So for the people that were setting up the studio,
Yeah.
they accidentally flipped the rock over so that it was showing the sea,
The sea.
instead of just a plain rock.
And the C was just supposed to be where
On
to
the
set
bottom
it.
side or something?
Yeah, the
They got-
bottom.
Oh,
C
like
to C.
A, B, and C
Yeah.
areas or something?
Huh.
No shit. Well, or maybe. Yeah, I have nothing for that. Actually.
And it's they say it's almost perfectly symmetric, so that means it's unlikely to be a natural occurrence.
No, I know what that is now. Aliens landed here a long time ago, and it's
never.
graffiti.
Graffiti.
Graffiti from
Yeah.
alien life.
That's
Okay.
plausible.
Okay, all right. How about 2?
Oh shit!
The layered crosshairs.
I've read this.
So in some of the photos, or the video, there's a layered crosshair. So basically an X, showing the
The shoot direction
Yeah.
on the camera.
yeah.
And now
Oh, so it's behind. It should be in
Yep,
front of
it
that.
should be in
That's
front.
what. Okay, gotcha.
they're saying, yeah, it's next to the lens, so everything you shoot, the crosshairs will be in front. But this one's kind
Behind.
of harder to. I'm kind of having a hard time. With
I'm
this one.
just trying to figure out. It would have been easier to do it the other way. Why would they? It would take more work to do this than it would to do the other.
Unless that's your range. So if you put out markers and for your shots, and so you're gonna hoax something, you're probably gonna have to do all this math and figure out where everything needs to be at. Well, then you put these crosshairs in there, knowing full well that you're gonna put crosshairs on your camera,
Yeah.
and you say, don't ever go past this.
Oh.
Shoot within this range, so it always looks like we're coming from the same angle or the same distance. Otherwise, like we do, every time we do a show, you gotta sit down there, set the cameras up, make sure we're in the same proper area. That's why there's little white taps down here no one can see. But if my chair moves, Andy yells at me all the time, and I cry.
Was this a photograph or video?
This was a photograph.
That would have been so easy to doctor up.
Well, this is NASA. I mean, we already got rid of all the fucking stars. And there's 2 moons, apparently, or something, yeah.
It's like It's like they're trying to let us know.
Then the duplicated backdrop. So, in one photo you see Apollo, in other photos you do not. And it's the same exact background.
It is the same background.
Exact background. So how did they get one photo so that there's no Apollo, and then the next one there is Apollo?
those they look a little steeper. The hills on the right side in the first one.
Yeah, shit. I'm looking at this right side.
No, it's
And you have
this
these
one
2 here.
Yeah.
and this one.
Oh.
So they're saying they planted the landing module into the picture of the first one? Wait, roll
No,
on.
it's saying they have 2.
Oh.
2 photos, same exact spot. One has Apollo in it, one does not.
No shit.
Yeah.
They're like.
So it says when all photographs are taken, the module had already landed. So how can it possibly be there from one photo and disappear in another?
Yeah. And it's
They're
supposed
saying
to be
that's from the
miles
same-
apart.
Same mission.
Same
Same
mission.
mission.
So
Because they changed the bottom there.
The bottom
you can
too,
see
yeah.
Yeah, their tracks coming down and then up. That doesn't make. No, it's like.
This one's zoomed in, so you can actually see it.
They got all like more dirt.
yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
It's zoomed
Zoomed
in on
in.
that one spot,
So it still
so you
would
can
be.
see it.
No shit.
Huh. That's a good point.
That's a pretty good one. I've never seen that
Yes.
either.
And another thing that is not on this article, that I researched something else about this. So, apparently, because of the fact that this was all planned out and staged, the person that supposedly shot this, what was his name? Well, it doesn't show it on this one, but it was like a Stanley guy.
So you say the director.
Yeah, the director. He not only filmed apparently this, but he also filmed another movie in 1968.
Was it?
That was 2001, the space.
Odyssey.
Yeah, it was Stanley.
The 2001 Space Odyssey movie.
Yeah.
The director for that. Yeah, it might not be Spielberg, but yeah. Yeah, they say that he got that the idea, right? He got that from the moon landing, and he might have recorded it or some shit like that. Yeah. I actually saw that the other day.
It was put out in 1968.
Yeah.
The 2001 movie. So how did we go from?
And when
not
was this
yeah.
put out?
I don't know, 40 years from back now. 40-year anniversary is this year.
Yeah.
2015, 40 years. 1975.
There you go.
Okay, so 68 was the footage.
Yeah.
They're thinking it's the same footage that he shot for the movie. Is that?
They're saying that they had the equipment for this in 1968, but they don't have proof that they actually went to the moon. And we have all this other hoax shit coming on, and then they have proof that you could literally make a movie that was
Right.
supposed to be
I see.
in
That's a
the
good point,
future.
yeah.
So we
And,
have
yeah.
the movie, and then we have the video from
Yeah.
NASA. Okay. No shit. They did a great job in that movie, and they made it look like they were walking through space
Yeah.
and everything else. So I guess it wouldn't be so far fetched to think that NASA maybe faked the first moon landing. And to
You know what I should do with my editing skills? Go out in my field, and I'll try to make a moon landing.
make a moon landing.
All I gotta do is make it gray, slow it down.
We get some
Add some wires.
wires. and
wires.
I'll hold you
Cables.
up and step. Pull you up. Woo.
Network special.
How we do our own moon landing? No, it's a really good point. We already had, Hollywood was already doing something very similar, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't be out, so far fetched. The reason when I read about this and my little bit of research, 'cause I didn't do as much as you, is we hoaxed it just because we had to beat the Russians.
Yeah.
After Sputnik, it was like, whoa, haha, Ruskies ain't happening, brah.
No.
So we went ahead and we rushed the moon, the Apollo missions, but now there people are saying, no, we rushed the first one is faked, so we could beat them there. And then we finally got there later on the other Apollo mission.
That's what I wanted to say too. I think the first few were faked,
Yeah.
but after that, I think we did get up there, and then after that, they found aliens up there, and now we're not allowed to go back. Up
We're
there.
not allowed to go back up. Forbidden.
On the dark side of the moon,
Yeah,
where they have the 7 lights all in order.
all that stuff. They got like shopping malls, or whatever.
And the backside, there's a fucking mall. You go in there, it's like, I've been to the moon, all I got was a crazy t-shirt, and I watched the stupid ants on that blue pearl. Well, that's a long shirt, but I mean, they're aliens. They probably have really long torsos and like 4 arms. So, good article. I
Did
really
your
like
research on that one? That's for sure.
it. No shit, yeah.
All right, as always, people, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and check out our other shows on the K2D4 network. And we're only going to be improving the show. We got, like I said, we got a new set coming. Looking forward to that, and we'll check you later.
Raindrops keep falling on my head. I don't know why, I'm just not fucking dead. Mic test, good?
Ready to roll!
Can't wait!
Come on, I wanted that. I'm going to cut that in there, you son of a bitch.